The rope burns before your hands do. You know this because you have learned to expect it. The moment the load shifts, the moment the sledge catches on a ridge of sand, the moment every man on your team leans back at once, and the braided flax pulls taut against your palms like something alive and angry. Your hands stop bleeding after the first month. Now they are leather. Now they are something else entirely. The sun is still low. You can tell by how long your shadow is on the ramp, how it stretches out ahead of you like it is trying to escape the day before you can. The stone behind you does not have a shadow. The stone behind you is larger than your father's house. You pull. Your world before. Your name is Nefer-ka. You are 23 years old, which makes you neither young nor old in the village of your birth, a cluster of mud brick houses 2 days' walk south of the plateau. You are a farmer's son. Your hands knew mud before they knew rope. Every year when the Nile pulled back from the fields and left behind its dark gift of silt, your family planted emmer and flax and hoped the flood had been generous rather than cruel. You did not choose to come here. That is not exactly true and not exactly false. The overseer came to your village in the season of inundation, when the fields were underwater and there was nothing to do but wait. He spoke of rations, real bread, not the thin loaves your mother stretched with chaff. He spoke of beer, of fish, of onions. He did not mention the ramps. Your younger brother Ka watched you go from the door of your house. He was 11. Your mother did not come outside. You think she could not bear to watch you walk away and look small against the horizon. You have been here for 4 years now. You have gone home twice, once for a flooding that swallowed a neighbor's house, once because Ka broke his leg falling from a date palm and your mother sent word. Both times you came back. You were not sure why. The bread maybe, or something else you have no word for yet. You know the shape of the thing you are building like a river knows its banks, from the inside only, never from above. Your world is the ramp. 40 cubits of packed limestone rubble and mud brick, sloped at an angle that the engineers have calculated and that you trust like you trust the sun to return in the morning, not because you understand it, but because it has not failed you yet. Your team hauls stones from the quarry to the base and up the ramp to the course the surveyors have marked with red ochre. You do not know what course this is. You do not count courses. You pull and you place, and the overseers check the level and the line, and then you go back down for another stone. There are perhaps 20,000 men here, though you have never seen them all at once. They live in a city that was not here 4 years ago, a grid of long barracks, bakeries that run through the night, a brewery that you can smell from the far edge of the ramp. There are doctors, there are priests, there are men whose only job is to sharpen copper tools. There are men who do nothing but count. You almost know none of them. You know their team, Old Hem, who was here before you and will be here after, Ipu, who sings while he pulls and gets hit for it and sings again, the 2 brothers from the Delta whose names you can never say correctly and who have stopped correcting you. You know the overseer's voice before you see his face each morning. You know the sound the sledge makes when a runner splits, a low pop like a green branch, and you know what it costs in time and in mood. What you do not know is what this is for. You have been told, in the way that one is told things here, in fragments, from men above you who heard it from men above them. Something about the Pharaoh, something about eternity. You understand eternity the way you understand the stars. It is real, it is very large, and it has nothing to do with you. Hem dies in your 5th year, on a morning when the ramp is wet from a night rain and everyone is moving more slowly than they should. It is not dramatic. He slips. The sledge does not stop. The men behind it cannot stop it either. They are trying, you can hear them, and by the time the overseers reach Hem, the thing is already done. They carry him to the doctor's house, and you do not see him for 3 days. And when you do, he is wrapped in linen and being carried towards a small cemetery the workers have made at the edge of the plateau. And an overseer is speaking words over him, and then they lower him into the earth. That night, you and Ipu sit outside the barracks and eat your bread and do not speak for a long time. The plateau is never fully dark or fully quiet. There are always fires, always the sound of men and wood and stone. But there is a quality to the silence between you that neither of you wants to break. Do you ever wonder what it is? Ipu says. He means the thing, the shape on the horizon that is slowly eating the sky. Yes, you say. I asked one of the priests. What did he say? He said it was not for me to know. You think about that for a while. The fire pops. Somewhere across the worker city, someone is laughing at something, and the sound carries strangely in the dry air, intimate and distant at once. Maybe that is an answer, you say. You do not know if you believe this, but Hem is in the ground 30 paces from the base of the thing he spent years helping to build, and the thing does not know this, and the pharaoh does not know this, and the priests don't care, and the stone does not remember. And still, somehow, tomorrow morning you will be on the ramp again. Your body knows the work now the way it knows breathing, the angle of your lean against the rope, the exact moment to brace your back foot. The rhythm of the pull song Ipu starts even when the overseers tell him not to. Your muscles have memorized something that your mind was never given permission to understand. This is, you decide, a strange way to spend a life. This is also, you decide, a life. Surviving it. In your 8th year, something changes. You are moved to a different team, stone dressers, not haulers. The overseers have noticed something about your hands, the way you feel imperfections in a block face, the way other men feel a splinter. You did not know when you learned this. You did not learn it. It arrived. The work is different now, slower, more precise. You use a copper chisel and the wooden mallet and the straight edge of polished wood, and you smooth the outer casing stones until they reflect the sky. You work on your knees for hours. Your back learns a new kind of pain. But there is something in this work that the hauling never gave you, a conversation almost between you and the stone, a back and forth. The stone pushes back, you push back harder. Eventually, you both agree on what the surface should be. You go home once more in your 9th year. Ka is 19 now, taller than you, engaged to a girl from the next village. Your mother has gray at her temples. She feeds you bread and onion soup and asks you nothing about the plateau. At night, lying on the mat you slept on as a boy, you stare at the ceiling and feel the phantom weight of the mallet in your hand. You go back after 4 days. Ka walks you to the edge of the village this time. He looks at your hands for a long moment without saying anything. They are not your father's hands or your brother's hands or any farmer's hands. They are something the stone made. Are you glad you went? He asks. You consider this question as seriously as it deserves. I don't know, you say. Ask me when it's finished. But you both know without saying it that you will not be there when it is finished. You will be gone before then, back to the fields or to the ground. The thing will be finished by men who have not yet been born. Years later, on a morning when your back will not cooperate and you rest on the ramp instead of climbing it, you press your palm flat against the casing stone you dressed last season. The surface is cold, flawless. It holds the light the way still water holds the sky. Completely, without effort, without knowing it does so. You think of Hem. You think of Ka. You think of your mother's hands pressing dough in the dark before sunrise, making something necessary, making it well, asking nothing in return. Somewhere above you, the thing continues rising. Men you will never meet are placing stones you will never touch onto courses you will never see. It will outlast your name. It will outlast the language your name was spoken in. It will stand here when everything you loved has returned to dust, and the Nile has forgotten which way it used to run. No one will ever know you touched it. You touched it.